Hi guys, this is the notes for the properties of logarithms. So today there are three of them and they match the exact same three as the exponents properties. So you know how like when we have we have x squared times x to the third, we would have x to the fifth. And we're really like adding those exponents. Since logarithms are the opposite of exponents, or the inverses, they work with the same rules. So we would say that log of x, a times b, is the same as log x a plus log of log base x of b. And those follow the same rules. So we have those there. So if we are expanding something like this, we could say that this is log base 2 of 5 plus log base 2 of x, because we have 5 times x here, so that means addition. If we are condensing, so if we want to bring them closer together, make them smaller, then we have to make sure they have the same base, but it would be log base 3, and then it would be 7, and since this is addition, it's like multiplying times 9. So 7 times 9 is 63. So this is the condensed version. This is the expanded version. So that is the product property. The quotient property, as you might remember, if we do like x squared minus x to the third, would be the same as x squared minus 2, or x negative 1, or x on the bottom. Since these logarithms are the opposite of exponents, it's the same idea. If we see division, that means subtraction. So this would be log base x of a minus log base x of b. And what that means is we can expand something like this. I see division, so it would be log base 2 of x minus, because it's division, log base 2 of 5. So that's expanding, splitting it into its pieces. And then condensing would be bringing them together. So in this case, I would have log base 3, and this would be 7 divided by 9. So I'd write 7 over 9, like that. So condensing, getting smaller, expanding, breaking into pieces. And then finally, we have the power property. And remember that this is like where you have x squared to the third, and that would be 2 times 3, this would be x to the 6th power. Because we have this exponent here, we can see that this is log base x of a to the power of b. What happens with a power is that this power really means multiply out in front. So what we would do is we bring that exponent to the front, and we would have log base x of a, just like that. So for example, if the 5 is here, then we are able to expand it by putting it out here. 5 times log base 2 of x. If we were condensing, we'd take this 9 and we'd put it up here back as the exponent. So we could say log base 3 of 7 to the 9th power. And you could expand this 7 to the 9th power to its like humongous millions number, but we can also just leave it the way that it is. So in this case, it feels a little weirder, like expanding versus condensing. It's not really getting any bigger. Expanding is just having like 2 parts here, and then condensing has 1 part, but it has that exponent on it. So those are the basic rules. There's lots of videos on them if you're feeling a little funky about it. So let's look at some examples. So these directions say rewrite as a single logarithm. So we are trying to condense, right? Because we want to make it into 1. So simplify if possible. So the 2 in front becomes an exponent according to the power rule. So we would have log 6 squared, still have the minus log 9. I can simplify 6 squared. That's going to make log 36 minus log 9. I know that subtraction really means division, so these are log 36 divided by 9, which would be the same as log of 4. So I could take all of this up here and turn it into just log 4. That's what it means to condense or to write as a single logarithm. The second one is a little more intense, so I see parentheses. I'm going to start there. I have log base 5 and log base 5, so I would have log base 5. And I know it's addition, which with exponents would mean multiply. So I'm going to do my calculator, 8 times 27, and I get 216. Like that. Still have the 1/3 out here, and the minus log 5 of 3. So I know that this out in front means that that's really an exponent right here. So I would have log 5 of 216 to the power of 1/3 minus log base 5 of 3. I'm going to do 216 to the 1/3 in my calculator. So to the power of 1/3 is going to be just 6. So I'd have log base 5 of 6 minus log base 5 of 3. And then they have the same base, and I know that subtraction really means division with exponents. So log base 5 of 6 divided by 3, or log base 5 of 2. Right? Both of these numbers, log 4 and log base 5 of 2, are numbers, but since they want me to rewrite it as a logarithm, I'm going to leave it in that log format. If I'm going to expand, I'm doing the same thing. So I see that this is all multiply. That means that I'm going to be adding here. So I could say log base 6 of x plus log base 6 of y plus log base 6 of z to the 4th. And then that 4 needs to go out in front. So I could say 4 log base 6 of z. And I'm just going to copy the rest of this down. And that would be my final answer. For this last one, I see division, so I know division means subtraction. Log base 4 of a to the 9th minus log base 4 of b. And then the 9 moves out in front, so it would be 9 log 4 of a minus log 4 of b. Make sure you ask any questions you have, guys. Thanks.